Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends. My name is Vincenzo and welcome to my channel, and the channel is Fountain Pen Therapy. Pen review, folks. You know, once in a while you take a chance on a pen from a brand that you really haven't been paying too much attention to. But, you know, first look at the pen and you say, wow, that looks interesting. Then you look at the price and you say, that's not bad at all. Why is it so reasonable, you know? And you order the pen, you write with it, and you're completely blown away. And that's exactly what happened to me with this Twsbi Obsidian. And let me explain to you why. Without any further ado, Fountain Pen Therapy presents the Twsbi Obsidian. Okay, pen comes in this standard, I think it's a standard Twsbi plastic box, if you will. Got plenty of instructions. I've got my warranty in there as well from where I bought it. I bought it from a local store by the name of stilo.ca, one of the, probably the only pen store in the Montreal area, which is unfortunate. It used to be quite a few, but those were in the old days. There's all kinds of instructions on how to lubricate that piston, and they give you a piston tool to remove the piston. Here it is. And they give you some silicone grease to lubricate it as well. And here's the pen. Now the pen is snugly in that tight space there. I almost wonder if this box was made for it, but here's the pen. Now, folks, I got to tell you, I am absolutely in love with this resin. Take a look at the chatoyancy in that cap. The variant, you know, going from black, white, gray, nice swirls, really, really nice, I got to tell you. And the combination of that rose gold, which is almost like copper, and we'll take a look at the trimmings inside, which makes it even more interesting. I think it's, I'm really, really enjoying this pen. Let me just close up even more so you can appreciate it even more. There you have it, Twsbi, you know, very unassuming, discreet. I like that finial design. That's, of course, the logo. Very nice. That clip, just a straightforward clip that's springy. I mean, the build quality of these Twsbis is great. I mean, from the outside, everything is well integrated. It is a piston knob, so I won't turn it because the pen has been inked. But it's that resin, folks, that and the combination that really blew me away. Let's see how many turns. It's 3/4. That's 1 1/4. 1/4. We'll come back to that cap in a second. Take a look at this thread with that matches the nib They say rose gold, but I got to tell you, it looks more like copper to me. And I don't care what they call it. I love the combination. This color is just so appealing to me. And fits really nicely in your hand. It's not the longest pen uncapped, but nice girth too. Very nice girth. It's got a little bit of a flare here. The threading is just impeccable. Very, very nice. Let's take a look at, well, let me just, let's take a look at the cap and see what's in there. I never really had any, oh yeah, there's even a plastic sleeve there. You see that? That will take care of the, it should take care of the sealing. I shouldn't have any problems whatsoever for dry nib, not with this pen in any event. Very, very nice, solid cap. I like, take a look at that. So it's metal on metal, and I love the combination. I just love the combination. Here you go. Now, what else have I got to show you? Does it post? Posting, I think, is going to be a problem. It does post if you absolutely want to. It's a little back-weighted, but not much. It's doable. It's certainly, you can certainly write with it. My problem with the posting is that it could engage that piston and then you'll have a mess, unfortunately. So that's why I said I'm sure that this pen is really designed to be posted. If you do, be careful not to twist the knob, because if you do, you're going to have a mess. So, oh, by the way, ink window as well. So it's a piston filler, ink window, beautiful resin, good girth, nice size, very nice quality, and the price is like $120 US. I think at that price, it is an extremely affordable gem. Very nice. So far, so good. Let's hope the nib doesn't disappoint. So what we'll do is, before we get to the nib, we'll do some comparisons and measurements, and then we'll do the writing sample. And I also want to compare the nib to other nibs. So we'll do not only a pen and size comparison, but a writing comparison as well. Be right back. Okay, here are the pens that I've chosen. First of all, I've chosen a Visconti Rembrandt in kind of a dark black blue. That's the subject pen. This is a Lotus Wave. This is a Vizier, and I forget the name, but I will put it up for you. This is a Freedom Marte Modena. I chose that pen, even though you can only probably find it in kind of a vintage, or even maybe in a in some of the auction sites, but it's no longer being made. But I did choose it just because of the resemblance in the resin. And this is a Franklin Christoph 19 model. So there you have it. Those are the pens capped. Okay, so here are the pens uncapped. Here's the subject pen, and you can see it's equivalent to the almost equivalent to the longest ones, which are the Lotus Wave and the Franklin Christoph. I think the difference being that nib is a number 5 nib, and it's one of the things that I don't understand why they put a number 5 nib. I would have put in nib a number 6. Now I'm assuming that that's number 5, just because I could see that this on this Twsbi 700R VAC, that's a 6. I frankly would have preferred a number 6 nib on this pen. While you're at it, why not? But it's certainly bigger than the. By the way, this is the Lotus, the Vizier Twilight. I forgot the name, but it's the Twilight, and it's equivalent to the Marte Modena. But again, I think it's bigger than both the Lotus and the Franklin Christoph, just because of the nib. Explains most of it. Now, all of these pens are not all I mentioned to you that this is a dangerous poster, but did want to show you, just because it is possible, even the Vizier one is not great poster. The Marta Modena is, and the Franklin Christoph barely posts. But you can see them posted if you absolutely want to. But again, I would not recommend that we post that pen. And if we do, it's very, very long, as you can see. So that's a pen and size comparison. I'll put up some measurements, and then we're going to get into the writing samples. Be right back. Okay, so for the writing sample, first of all, let's take a look at the ink that I've chosen. I've chosen this Jacques Herbin Shogun just because of the combination, which I think is absolutely, it should work out just fine. So just to show you a swatch of this ink, here it is, right there. So you can see it's got that black with that copper shimmer. So that should be very, very nice. So that's the ink. Now, as far as the paper is concerned, it's Tomoe River paper. This is my Wonderland 222 notebook, original Tomoe River paper, that for 2026, this will be my paper of choice for most of my, if not all of my pen reviews. There will be exceptions, of course, but okay, so let's see what this little gem can do. Twsbi Obsidian. Beautiful. The nib is a Twsbi branded number 5 steel. And is it a broad? Yes, it is. Broad. The ink, I really like that flare, by the way. Yeah. The ink is Jacques Herbin Shogun. Okay. So, needless to say, I think you've realized by now that in terms of wetness, it's a broad nib, very wet. It's writing like a broad should. Smoothness, very, very smooth. Pencil, just a hint of feedback, but not very much. That's the smoothness. In terms of consistency, is an A or an E? An A, I think. Consistency, very consistent. There's no hard start here. I mean, this nib is performing very nicely. Bounce and line variation, if you will. Oh, squeeze out. There's no line variation. It's fairly stiff. As I mentioned, it's a beautiful nib, but as I mentioned, I think, what's going on with my focus? I think it should have been a number 6 size. That's my own opinion. It would have made this pen even better in my view. Let me just adjust the focus. I don't know what's going on. Mystery of photography. God knows. I was using, there you go, look at this. It just disappears on me here. Don't know why. Shouldn't happen. But, you know, it's the phone, and sometimes you think it's the phone ringing, but I don't know. In any event, we're back. So, where were we? Reverse writing. It's scratchy. Yeah, no, it's cutting into the paper, so I would not recommend it. That leaves us to likes and dislikes. No post is the first dislike. Just get rid of them. And the number 5 size should be, you know, criticism, but it's not the end of the world because the nib writes beautifully. And some people argue it's not because of number 5 that it's not a good nib. So the model design is very nice. I like it. Build quality is excellent. The nib is 8.5, well, I would say 8.9 on 10. Very nice. I like the material, or the materials, especially the combination of that chatoyant resin and that rose gold copper color trimmings. Okay. Value at 120 US, I would say it's 10 on 10. Now, can you find a Chinese pen cheaper? Yeah, but with this kind of chatoyancy and build quality, I'm really not sure. Maybe some of the Asvines, you know, but I got to tell you, the build quality of this pen is excellent. So, is it going to be a go-to pen? I see no reason why not. Go-to pen. Be a workhorse, I'm sure. I don't think it's going to dry on me, and I wouldn't hesitate using a pen like this around a conference room, that's for sure. That's it, folks. So very nice. Now, what I'd like to do now is maybe just compare that nib and the writing sample with some of the pens I had chosen for comparison purposes. Be right back. Okay, so we're back. We're going to use the left page here for comparison. So we'll call this comparison. And the first pen is this Visconti Rembrandt. Well, look at that. Just inked it, by the way, and it appears to have some baby's bottom. And the ink in here is the Sailor Blue. The nib is the Visconti number 5 nib. That's why I chose it. And you know what? I mean, apart from some of that leakage there, because I just inked it, it's fine. But I got nothing. The Twsbi is just as good, folks. Just as good. This is the Lotus Wave, and it's got a number 6. So this is the Lotus Wave. And it's got a Yowo 1.5 or 1.1? 1.1 stub. A stub that's a little italic. You could hear it on the page. So that's what it, I would have liked to see a number 6 nib on that. I don't know if I could accommodate it with a number 6. I got to check that out. Sometimes we want to do swaps. Well, it's something to look into. This is the Vizier Twilight. This too has a Yowo, and I chose it because it's a Yowo broad. Number 6 steel. Again, why not put that nib on the Twsbi? Not sure why not. It's got just a bit of feedback. Very nice. But again, Twsbi, why not? Writes just as nice. This is the Marta Modena Freedom. This has what I think is a Bach. Is it a medium or a broad? It's broad, but it's a thin broad. Number 6 steel. When you compare it to the Twsbi, I think it's much thinner. But, when you get into broad, Bach is not awful. It's just not one of my favorite nibs, that's all. This is kind of a special nib I have in here. This is and it should bring out that ink very nicely. Franklin Christoph, the 1.9. Huge stub. So, and these were my early years when, well, is it writing? I said, not a daily writer, and it's the Model 19, and it's got a Franklin Christoph 1.9 stub. It's a fun pen, but like I said, it's steel, and it's a number 6. A fun pen, but it's not a daily writer, I would say to you. So, I just try to show you a variety of nibs, different nibs, and compare them to this Twsbi Obsidian number 5. And really, I think it performs really, really nice. So I'm not taking away anything from it. I think it's the comparison shows that this pen is worth every penny. Recommend it, folks. I recommend it. $120 US. I can think of a lot of pens that I wouldn't buy before this one. So recommend it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. If you have not subscribed, please do. Click on that like button, the alert, and the subscribe, and you will be encouraging and supporting our channel. So enjoy your pens, your paper, and your inks, and we'll see you all soon. Ciao.